Good day, fellow crafters. Welcome back to the Forget Me Not Card Company YouTube channel. I'm Tamara, the Card Creator, and today we're going to create this fabulous party hat shaker card using the new party hat die set from Pixie Dust Designs. Let's dive into this project. This die set is an absolute must for any birthday set. It has 3 different party hats, 2 different edges for the rims, and 3 different tops. So there are so many ways that you can create your party hat. Today, I'm using this beautiful light purple cardstock, which I've already cut out just for the ease of this video. For my stash, I had this purple pattern paper that I thought would be perfect, and I went ahead and embossed it with silver embossing powder just to give it a little bit of shine. On my light purple cardstock, I'm starting with 16 candles from Catherine Puller. Then I moved to my Pixie Dust ink from Catherine Puller, just careful just to do the edges. You'll notice that I always tap the excess off on the lid, or sometimes I do use my glass mat. In this case, you don't see my glass mat because the lights are so bright in my studio that it will kind of blind the camera. So that's why I'm using my silicone mat underneath. For a nice blend, I do the colors twice. Then add a little bit of verbena, which is a dark, beautiful purple. Just a little bit of here and a little bit there, just to add a little bit of more contrast there. For my streamers, again, I go in with 16 candles. I want to add a little bit of blue, so I use Oh Boy, again from Catherine Puller. Then back to Pixie Dust ink. I figured I had to use Pixie Dust ink because this is Pixie Dust Designs. Now on my cardstock, it's kind of hard to see here, but this is an actual light shimmer cardstock. You can't see the shimmer yet, but you will hear it momentarily. It blends so easy. I love blending on this cardstock. The colors just move so lovely. I start with 16 candles, then Pixie Dust, then Oh Boy. And once I add the Oh Boy, it really brings this card base to life. That little bit of the contrast of the blue really just brings your eye into the center, which is where I'm going to put my party hat at. Doesn't that blending look fabulous? Now, on to my shaker element. My ink is good and dry, so now I'm going to add my double-sided adhesive from scrapbook.com. This is the thinnest strips that are available, and I find it perfect for all of my shaker cards. When you're putting your double-sided adhesive down, you want to make sure every edge is covered. I cannot emphasize this enough. You don't want any of your little shaker pieces getting out. Once it's down, peel off your adhesive. Then we're just going to add our acetate. My acetate is already cut. I cut it using the die for the base of the party hat. There will be just a little bit of overhang, but I can trim that off very easy. With your acetate, once it's firmly adhered, you can always use your microfiber towel to buff any fingerprints or any unwanted smudges off. Once I'm done trimming it up and making it perfect, I'm going to move to the next part, and that's going to be my foam tape. This foam tape, again, is from scrapbook.com and is the thinnest that they offer. This, once again, is the best product for this type of project. It moves around the corners so easy. If you ever have a hard time adhering your foam, all you need to do is take the release paper off and it will go around very, very easy. Once again, you want to make sure that all edges are covered. Once it's covered, I'm going to trim off the top just so that there's no overhang. Then I'm going to use my anti-static powder. The reason I do this is because I don't want my little shaker pieces getting stuck to the little bit of adhesive that's going to show once I remove my cover there. Also, it does help your shaker pieces move around and shake versus getting stuck. Because if they're static or whatever, sometimes they don't move as freely. Now, on to my shaker bits. I have these wonderful pastel color stars. This is perfect for this project. Once I add those, now the back of my party hat goes on. Lines up like a dream. And look at my little shaker pieces, ready to go. Now for the border of my shaker card, and once again, I cut this out of patterned paper and embossed with silver embossing powder, just to kind of give it that shine. And this is actually perfect because the top of the party hat, I'm going to cut that out of iridescent cardstock, and it really just pops this hat out. It just all comes together perfectly. I did have a little cotton ball. I had bought these cotton balls for my little bunny tails, and I did ink it up with the verbena ink and let it dry. I thought that I wanted to add it to the center of my tassel there at the top, but it didn't quite look right, so I did remove it. That's what you see me doing there. Now on to my streamers. It's always important when you're creating to do in odd numbers. So 1, 3, 5, 7, etc. So my streamers, I do have 3, and I put them in a triangle spacing out. Triangles are more pleasing to the eye. It kind of focuses your eye to the center there. For my sentiment, I had this in my stash, and because my paper is the shimmer cardstock, I have to use the Stays-On ink so that it doesn't smear. Well, my luck, my Stays-On is dry. I add my re-inker, let it sit for a little bit, and then re-ink this again. Now, it's important whenever you have a sentiment such as this, so the bottom part of the sentiment is very detailed, very fine detailed. You don't want to push. You just want to do the little chest compressions, like up, down, up, down, up, down, until you have proper coverage. And it may take you 2 or 3 times to get the depthness that you want. But the moment you decide you want to push that down, your sentiments are going to smudge. So don't do it. Now, dry fitting my pieces all together. So my streamers, I'm going to glue down first, once again in a triangle pattern as I mentioned. Then the party hat in the center. You see how that little bit of blue, the Oh Boy blue ink from Catherine Puller, how it just kind of brings that streamer to life, as well as the edge of that cardstock. It just adds that little something extra. My adhesive that I'm using is Barely Arts glue. That is my favorite liquid adhesive. It gives you probably 30 seconds or so wiggle room to kind of move everything around. I found that a lot of times on my projects, I need that extra little time. I might not like exactly where somebody or something has been adhered, and I can pick it up, move it around without it tearing my cardstock, which for me is perfect. Now, the finished piece. How fun is this card? Shake, 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 shake. Don't you want to sing? Love it. I know my recipient is going to love this. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more crafting tips, design ideas, and fun tutorials. As always, click that bell icon so you never miss out on the latest content. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.